One of the people I worked with came up with the idea that the wings of the monarch butterfly are actually the pelvic skeleton shape. Yeah, I saw a video about that. It's this thing. So every time you see this butterfly on a celebrity, yeah, this butterfly on a celebrity, it means they have been subjected to um, mind control, anal rape thing, sex. That's messed up to say. I don't even want to say it, man. It's something that doesn't roll off the tongue smoothly. Anal sex. It's fucked up. Anyway, um, celebrities. Well, I can't find them now, but I have seen programs. Let me see. Maybe this girl. Yeah, you see. Yeah. You see this. If you see this, then you know she's being programmed. When you look at these people, you be thinking like, nah, this ain't happening to her. She not getting anally pumped. You know what I'm saying? She not getting bended over and just struggled out down there, man. That's real horrible. You know what I'm saying? Even for her, sometimes in my mind I be thinking like, man, that's messed up. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that, man. But when you look at her here, it doesn't look like she's getting anally raped because everything is doing good with doing is fine with her. Know what I'm saying? This girl, it doesn't look like she's getting anally probed. You know what I'm saying? She looks like she's on crack or something, maybe like some kind of drugs. Okay? It doesn't look like she's getting anally probed, man. But she is. Because that's how this girl, Brittany, yeah, Brittany is her name. That's how she was acting. Yeah, look at her over here. And I remember watching this, and I thought to myself she has demons on her. And basically she did. And they always say it was drugs, but yeah, it was drugs too. But it could be drugs too. But the thing is, she said in an interview when she saved her head, she said this: I don't want them to touch my hair no more." And who was she referring to? She was referring to her handlers or her how they call it, programmers. Where did it say? Yeah. Here it says um, sodomy over and over and over. Those who have programmers or keepers, they're using sodomy all the time to keep the person in line. So there you have it. They get anally probed. They get probed all the time. All the time. All the time. It's fucked up. If you get just marinate on that. Every time you see a woman with this, where is that thing? This, that butterfly, and she has the Illuminati one eye pyramid nonsense anyway. So you can see she clearly is getting anally probed. She just doesn't look it. Just like her, when she looked like this, and like this, and like this. But now she looks like this, and like this. And no, that's hella funny. Yeah, let me just go on. Are actually pelvic skeletal shape. And then if you add sodomy, you add the abdomen of the butterfly. The other thing about monarch, would be that these people are told they are royalty or chosen ones. Given that a lot of bloodline families in the power of the United States claim to be descendants of European royalty and descendants of monarchs, you could look at it that way. I say that monarch programming is basically sodomy programming. Some people are being kept in bondage by sodomy themselves. This girl is kept in bondage, and this girl is kept in bondage by sodomy themselves. Here, the telephone turns into static that causes severe minutes rectify. Sodomy is used to reboot the program and reactivate the programming. Question: do you think this is at all behind the big push to accept homosexuality as normal? Of course. Do you think all homosexuals are sodomized early? I don't think that very many homosexuals become homosexual without being sexually abused early. They may not all have been sodomized, but a large portion were. As for religions, as for huh? as religions go, as far as religion goes, Catholics and Masons are at the top of the list. It's possible that the Catholic hierarchy may even have an unofficial doctrine to sodomize 3-year-olds so as to bind them to the church. Woo! They say give us a child until he's 5 and he'll always be a Catholic. But they don't start any religious training with the children until they're 5. I recently freed a guy who was sodomized by a priest when he was probably 3, and then at 13 was put in Boys Town in Nebraska. And the priest there would take him into a room, lock the doors, and make him do whatever he wanted to him. That's I'm laughing at you, man. Most High willing, I keep on laughing. A first-hand witness of the corruption at Boys Town. It's called Boys Town. What do you think is going to happen over there? Elena Freeland, the woman. What about Skull and Bones? Scroll and Key. Fraternities and elite sons. Do you suppose they're using sodomy as well to make deep bonds for the sake of money and power in the family? I can't imagine they haven't. What is Skull and Bones anyway but an order of death? Why are they doing things connected with the dead? Sodomy is the biggest occult power source there is. So how did they get their power without it? I was not there. I was never invited to go there. I could not have gone there because I was never a victim of sodomy as a child. Woo! Now the Masons do recruit people who are innocent bystanders just for the image and the dues. But the real driving force of the Masons are the sodomites. Just check the Mole thing. Mole. I think he's referring to Molech. Military Uniform Division. Jacques Mollet. I think he's referring to Molech. I don't know what Molech is. If it goes back to the Rosicrucians or these guys, it probably is some faggy stuff. I think these were the Rosicrucians, if I'm correct. I gotta double check my history. Anyway, tell me a little more about the deep bonds that form among men because of sodomy. Well, this is a long ass. Anyway, I'll just do it for the people who are lazy to read because I'm actually lazy to read. But this is actually real funny and interesting. It's funny because this is happening. It's funny because this is happening. It's funny because this is happening, and these are females. You can't imagine what happens to the dudes. I'm really laughing about them though. But the women, I'll be like, whoa, I want to have a slave. You can give me one of these bitches, I'll use them and abuse them. But not that anal nonsense what they doing. I'm gonna do it in righteousness. Anyway, let me tell you a little story. I have been trying to help a woman. Throat. I've been trying to help a woman for the last 5 years to get free of the bondage and victimization that began when she was a child. She was married to a guy who's wealthy and works for Nike. And she also, oh shit, and is also a cross-dresser. I even met the cross-dresser and uncovered that his grandpa was a mason who treated him like a little girl and sodomized him. This was from his mind, not mine. But he didn't want to believe it and get right. They have 4 children, and she's been sitting there with the damage to the children. She's been trying to get something to pin on him, like his pornography from the internet. But he always lied his way out of everything. I called her out of the blue the other day, and she had filed for divorce but still didn't have anything on him. So I said, do you suppose you might have a spirit of his, like the strongman? That's what the article is about. I'm saying the strong man in a sodomized house or something like that. What? In a house of a strong man, sodomy is the key. Yeah, whatever. So I checked it out, and the answer that came from her mind was that the spirit of her husband had entered her on her wedding night by sodomy. So he sodomized his girl. Whatever. See, that's why you're not supposed to have sodomy intercourse with your woman, because it's demonic. All she can remember is that the wedding night was a bad night. It cast it out. She had a bright red rash on her when we were talking about this. But when I cast out the strong man spirit with her husband's name put in with sodomy, within minutes the rash was completely gone. Within the week, she happened to be at her husband's new house where the daughter was, and the daughter said, "Let me show you something." They went into a big walk-in closet where there was a suitcase with another locked suitcase in it. The daughter got the key, opened up the little suitcase, and there were women's paraphernalia lingerie. What the? Lingerie. Oh. What is this? What? I think it was clothing. Drug paraphernalia. Drug paraphernalia is a term used often a slightly negative connotation due to its use in criminal law field. Example: possession of drugs. Paraphernalia. No, whatever. I can't even pronounce that word. Paraphernalia. Okay. Women's, and there were women's paraphernalia, lingerie, even the tool to sodomize himself. Ooh, shit. She could not find any evidence on the guy until I got rid of the spirit of sodomy from him. Her eyes and the daughter's eyes were open. Sodomy has a spiritual component, so he basically used Satan's little hands to cover her eyes. Let's put it like that. Because when you come in His truth, the Most High reveals things to you.